Your fire is ready, my liege.
Kev, always the comedian.
Tender, sweet, heat, a little sticky, perfect bite through skin. That's what we're aiming for.
All right, so it's time to get our chicken onto the smoker. It's all nicely done. Kevin's been nice enough to get our Gateway drum smoker fired up to 450 degrees here, and our chicken's just going right down in there. Make sure you hang out for the entire video. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to earn a great chicken score. I'm going to show you how to finish, show you how to cook it properly, and show you every step along the way what we do here at Machete Boys Barbecue to earn ribbons and trophies. So our chicken's been on for like 15 minutes now. It's time to get in here and do two things. We want to give it a spin, just a quarter turn there, and we want to spritz with a little bit of margarine. And the margarine is going to help to break down that skin and develop that bite through that judges have come to love so much. We still got a drum temperature above 400 degrees, not more than 500. That's it. So I've just pulled our chicken off here and it's looking absolutely perfect. That's what you're going for. When I was kind of talking in those other videos about chicken being self-selecting, you can see how the back of that skin there is splitting off, and then we got a little bit there, but that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with how that's turned out. But that was about 45 minutes in total for that sitting on there. Now we're gonna get it panned up with a little melted butter, and we'll show you what that next piece looks like. So another little gadget, barbecue gadget. This is a wolf tray, and it's got parchment paper on the bottom of it. But again, basically all this is gonna do is just make it easier for us to move things around. You can only get about 8 pieces of chicken in here, or 6 bigger pieces of chicken. I believe 270 Smokers sells these. Not paid by those two guys. It's a tool that I love sharing things with you guys that I enjoy. But so you just want to pick your pieces of chicken here, right? So I'm looking for a piece of chicken that's got full coverage. This guy looks like a prime candidate, and that's what you're going for. It's covered all the way around. It looks nice and juicy. The skin looks well. He's going to be our first candidate in here, and I like to put it so that the bone is on the inside, and then that flat side is just on the outside there. And so we're going to find our best pieces of chicken to put in this pan. There's another one. There's a really good example here of how that's got completely full coverage, and you can see the moisture in that chicken. That looks absolutely delicious. So if you're wondering where I've gotten some of my knowledge for, absolutely there's some great resources out there. You know, I've taken some barbecue classes with Getting Basted, and the Hot and Fast class with Tim Shear, and I've taken 3-2-1 barbecue class, which was really nice as well. Just lots of great information out there and good information out there. Of course, you'll have to pay for those experiences, but they're absolutely worth it. And I encourage you, if you're trying to get to the next level in your barbecue career, to not only smash the like button on this channel, but also to check out some of those guys' classes as well, because those experiences are invaluable. But if you have any questions about the process so far, or anything that you've seen, please be sure to drop a message in the comments. And like I always say, I love interacting and corresponding with you guys, so I'll be sure to respond as fast as possible. Oh, and it's so cold outside that my melted butter has re-solidified here. Don't worry, the reason that I like to have it melted is so that I wash off any of that rub that we've set on there. So I'm just gonna take that melted butter and just pour that right down the middle there. And I'll take some of that that's kind of partially melted. It's usually not this messy, guys, I promise you. But it's also usually not 11 degrees outside when we're cooking barbecue. But hey, this is Minnesota. This is Fire on Ice 2025. Hopefully you guys have checked out the other 2 steps before this video, the prep work and the trim work at home, and how we got all of that done. Hopefully this has been informative and a good start to get you going on your barbecue journey. Hopefully you have found something that is that's going to be of value. I just poured a little bit of our chicken injection in there by too as well. I'm too busy talking. Nice thing you want to do is just put a foil lid over the top of it. Here's a little pro tip for you. This is going to create a ton of steam while it's cooking in there in the smoker. So take yourself a pair of scissors or a sharp object and just poke yourself a little blowhole. This tip is courtesy of Mr. Trent Vanderheijn. Keeps those skins from blowing out on you. And we're going to get our smoker settled in at 300 degrees, and we're going to let it ride until 11:30. And then hopefully our chicken's nice and tender and we'll be able to sauce it, get it in a box and send it off to the judges. I put the pan with all of our chicken that we want to get done on the bottom. This one's kind of raised up a little bit here. Just a tip if you've got 2 pans of chicken, so that way you make sure that you're getting them evenly cooked. And you'll want to flip that if you're not so concerned about, or if you've got 16 pieces of chicken and you're concerned about the higher ones getting done. So just keep an eye on that as you're going through your cook. All right, it's what we call go time here in the trailer. Our chicken was back on for about another 41 minutes at this point. We're temping out at 208 degrees. I know you're saying, David, 208 degrees, that sounds crazy for chicken, but these are chicken thighs. Remember, we did not scrape a lot of that skin, so we want to make sure that that's rendered and it's gonna be a nice soft bite for the judges. So, just to prove to you I'm not lying, we're gonna temp the ones that's in the middle. The ones on the outside are always gonna be hotter. The ones on the inside are gonna be a little bit in the middle there. So we're just gonna go ahead and slide that in there. And 206. So they've sat on the counter here for a minute, but it was up 208 before. But the point is, you wanna make sure that you're well north of 200, 206, 208, somewhere in that range is gonna be nice. Okay, we've got our chicken sauce here. Another thing that I see a lot of new guys doing is that they're going straight from a sauce that hasn't been warmed up, and they're just dunking their chicken in there and then they're resetting it. Make sure you warm up your sauce first. We like to warm our sauce up to about 170, 174 degrees, somewhere in there, so that it's gonna give us a nice even coat on our chicken. It's gonna shine bright like the star that it is. All right, here's another pro tip for you. Get your injector back out, suck up some of that butter and juice and all that goodness that's in the bottom of there. Set your injector back down to 1 cc, maybe 2 cc's. I'm feeling 2 cc's today. We'll do 2 cc's. Pick out your chickens that you like, flip them over, give them a little shot, just right in there, just like that. And then we're gonna put them on the pan. I'm gonna get these injected and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna sauce them. This one I'm not so happy with because the skin's kind of rolled up on the bottom. Still okay, but might come off and slap a judge in the face and they probably wouldn't enjoy that one. This one is completely sealed up, I like that. And we're gonna put him back there with that guy. This one has what I call a little bit of a tiger stripe in it, but the sauce is gonna settle in there nicely, so that's not too big of a deal for me. So I'm just gonna shoot that in there. This piece of the skin here is not completely sealed, but not egregious, so I'm not too mad with that. Here's another guy that has like another little tiger stripe on there, but you'll see once we get the sauce in there, the sauce is gonna settle in there, that'll be okay. So we're just gonna hit that again on each side. And make sure when you're putting your chickens on the tray here that you're sorting the ones that you love from the ones that you don't love so much. So these 4 right here are definitely good to go. Here's another nice big piece that's happening here. Some of these guys have little hangers that are on the bottom, right? So you can go ahead and just clip that off. You can use your scissors and clip the other part of that chicken, but you can see all that pre-work that we did kept that in a nice even shape that we're liking, and they're all coming out pretty uniform. I'm pretty happy with how our chicken cook is going today so far. And I like this one too as well. Like, we got a pan full of chickens here that you know, I can't really fuss too much with. I'm gonna clean up that little bite there for them. This is another one that's completely wrapped. I'm just gonna knock down that bone there a little bit. That looks good. We're gonna hit it with another little shot here. And then that's good. So we're getting some options here. We only need 6 pieces, guys. We don't need a ton. You're not gonna fit more than 6 pieces in the box with the size that we got here. But these are all looking pretty good. This one needs to be knocked down again too. Knocking off that bone, injecting it with our little butter mixture there. There's one thing that you absolutely should be doing is tasting your food all the time, seeing what it needs, seeing what it's missing. Right now is the opportunity for you to improve the flavors, change the flavors, add a little smoke, add a little heat, all of those things, right? So you always want to be tasting your food, knowing what ingredients you're using and putting it on there, right? I'm gonna take a bite of this because I need to figure out how much finishing dust I need to put on my chicken, and I don't want to overdo it, right? So I want to make sure that the spice level is here. And this is gonna be a hot bite, so don't laugh. Look at that. Bite through skin. Nice and savory notes. It definitely, we got to add some heat and some sweetness to it. So I'm going to do kind of a light coating of dust on here and glaze it with our sauce, and we're going to be good to go. So I'm going to grab my tongs here. I'm going to grab our chicken. I'm going to dip it in our sauce. Get that swirled over there. Give her a little dip. Going to hit it with our finishing dust. Not too much, just a little bit. Don't do that over the rest of your chicken. You will not be pleased. And then put that back on your tray. Again, same thing. And we're gonna repeat this for however many chickens we got.
We're gonna put them back out on the smoker for 5 minutes. Kev's outside. He's thrown a handful of cherry pellets in the smoke. That's just gonna add a little bit of smoke flavor. One thing I neglected to tell you guys is that I did not actually add any wood into that smoke. It's just running straight Jealous Devil charcoal. I don't like to have any wood burning in there for our chicken. I like to add it afterwards, so it's kind of like a salt and a pepper, just a little bit of a spice. Use your wood like your spices. A little bit can go a long way for. And we got a little bit of extra hanging skin there, so I'm just trimming that up, cleaning it up, making it look good, That little hanger there, we'll get rid of him. Some of you may be asking yourself, why is he only putting the finishing dust on the bottom and not on the top? Well, because your tongue is going to taste what's on the bottom of the meat first when you start chewing it, so that's where you want that bite. And most judges are maybe only going to take one bite of this, so you really want that flavor to pop right when they get there. So when you hear guys talking about pop, they're talking about finishing your meat, bringing those flavors all together, really bringing it home and putting together a final product, right? So if you're not finishing your chicken and you're seeing your taste scores are down, maybe consider adding a finishing dust to your product, and that might help you out a little bit. 5 minutes, that's all it takes. No more, no less. Our 5 minutes, exactly right on the nozzle. Come here. Look in there. Take a look at that chicken. Doesn't that look absolutely beautiful? Remember, our section that we're going to choose from is right up there. We've got lots of options. Let's go inside, get them in a box. All right, so here we go. Our chicken's here. It's already done, right? So this is another hot bite, but let's make sure that we don't need anything else before we send it off to the judges. Tender, sweet, heat, a little sticky, perfect bite through skin. That's what we're aiming for. Let's get them in the box, all right? So I'm gonna choose my favorite piece to put right in the center in the back of the box. Take a look at that kale box. Got a wonderful box builder. We use kale for our chicken here, right? So she's already marked the middle of the box for me, so I'm just gonna put that right in there. And I'm gonna try and frame our chicken so we've got a nice, pretty little green frame around it. All right, so that first piece there. Then I'm loving this piece. So I'm gonna put that right in front of it. And conveniently, they match up in size, which is nice, right? So then we gotta decorate the outsides. I'm gonna put this guy on the outside here. And put this guy on the other side here. And then I'm loving this piece here too as well. I'm gonna flip him around. Get him in there. Notice I've got the bones and the butts all pointing the same way. Make sure you do the same thing when you're building your chicken box. And our last piece there. Still not time to close the lid yet. Got a little cleanup to do here. These are little surgical sterile room tools. I don't even know exactly what they call that. I picked up that tip for Richard Fergola himself at one of his classes. Richard's got a great class that he offers all the time. You guys should check out his website, see how that rocks and rolls. So you clean that up a little bit. Got a little messy, so we're just gonna wipe that off. I wanna clean this back down here. And notice that how low the kale was in the box. That's essential because we don't want any sauce to get on the top of our lid there. All right, so we're sitting at 11:57. The window closes at 12:05, so we gotta make sure that it's gonna be done. So our last thing I like to do is I just like to hit it with a little bit of salt. And hopefully that really sets it over the top. And then I just spray a little water over the top. And that looks good. And then I'm just gonna take a look at some of the edges of my box here. I'm gonna grab my brush, grab some chicken that's already been sauced. Don't take sauce out of the pan here. And then I'm just gonna touch the bottom of that to make sure that I am that those edges for those judges look really good. And I'm making a bigger mess there. So I'm probably not gonna mess with that one too much. But next video is going to be rewards and a breakdown of our cook. And we'll see what the judges thought about our chicken. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.